Hello, and welcome to our very first episode of Beyond the Plate with Brandy Price. And we are here with Brandy today. We're introducing you guys to her. She is a fellow alumni from the Integrative Institute of Nutrition with me. Yay. Brandy, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we're happy to have you. I'm excited to have more people to talk to about health and nutrition. I'm like, it is what I am a health coach, but it's also like one of the hats that's exciting to have someone else to talk with about this.
Yeah, it's definitely my passion. It's my only hat really for me, luckily. Yeah. So
how did you end up becoming a health coach?
So it was from, that classic story. I had my own health journey and it was self-educating and finally realized that I needed a more organized container to keep all of that information in. How do we get from here to here? And so I enrolled at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition just to sort of think that it would probably help myself and maybe I could share some of that with my friends and family. And it didn't take me long to figure out that I needed to share it with everybody and that a lot of people really need the help and try to help them get to a better place. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a cool school. I actually really enjoyed it. And then you can do like specialties too. So you did specialties as well in gut health?
Yeah. So I did their intensive coaching program, that base program, and then I added the accelerated gut health program. So my specialty is gut health. That's kind of where my journey led me, was the big aha moment that, what you actually ingest and put into your gut, into your digestive system, actually affects your brain and vice versa. And there's a real connection there. And I think for a lot of people, they don't realize how important that connection really is. Mm-hmm. And that it's the gut really
vital.
Is the epicenter of everything.
Yeah, vital. If you were to give somebody like a quick, what's like 3 tips for if they're starting their gut health journey today?
I would definitely say the first thing that you want to do is, track your food, track your symptoms, do it for at least a week. If you can do it for longer, that's great, because then you start seeing patterns. You start seeing things that are triggering that maybe you don't realize until you actually have it all in front of you. The biggest thing for me is, this is kind of where I started my health journey, is cut out gluten and any other inflammatory foods, highly processed foods, things of that nature. In 2017, when I started my health journey, a friend said, hey, based on some of the symptoms you're expressing here, maybe you should go gluten-free. And I was like, what's gluten? I don't even know what that is. And that was less than 10 years ago. And, here I am, it took me 4 years from that to get a celiac diagnosis. So, it's definitely been quite a journey. And I noticed as soon as I took gluten out of my diet, in less than a week, I already saw improvements. I already started feeling better. So that's where I would start. Track your symptoms, take gluten out of your diet, and maybe it's not something that you need to do permanently, but at least give it a week, see what happens with your body when you do that. And try to reduce your sugar. It's hard to go sugar free. And I never ask clients to do that right out the gate. But if you can pick a few places here and there to reduce the amount of sugar that you're consuming, it's only going to benefit you.
Yeah. That was, I think, the thing I learned that was the craziest from IAN, was that sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. And
Yeah.
we live in like Utah where it's like on every corner.
Yeah, the soda shops that's like, I'm gonna take a Coca-Cola and add more sugar.
Yeah, that's crazy. Or else we're gonna add a Diet Coke and then add sugar.
Yeah,
What are
yeah,
we doing?
yeah. It's crazy. And that's another reason why I say if you can find the places to reduce the sugar intake, to do it, because it's in your bacon, it's in your bread, it's in your, obviously your soda pops, like it's in everything.
Everything.
So if you can start just reading the labels and say, oh, well, here's a blended spice. Maybe I don't need to take this one because the first ingredient is sugar. Maybe I can take this one that's similar and doesn't have any sugar. You know, there's so many places where you can cut back.
Yeah, absolutely. Little changes build up and make
Yeah.
into big changes, and you can see things. I think another important part for people when I've like seen like new people, they're like, "Oh, I feel healthy," and I'm like, "Okay, here's the question nobody likes to talk about: what does your poop look like?"
Yeah. Exactly.
The Bristol stool chart is going to be your best friend if you don't know what it looks like. It's a
Yep.
great health indicator.
Yes, it is. It sure is.
And everybody poops.
Yep, yep. Well, and that's and on that note, it's like people, you know, think that, oh, well, you know, it's, I have diarrhea, so I'm obviously I'm I'm drinking too much liquid. Well, no, it's actually the complete opposite. You know, if that's the case, you're probably dehydrated because your body is flushing all of the fluids out. Drink more water. The same goes for being constipated. Eat more fiber and drink more water. It's really going to help get things going.
Yes. Yes. And I think it's also important, like, if you have like loose stools, to understand, like, what are some of those things that you can get in your diet that help bind it to move it out, like sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
like food with fiber is important to get all those like gross things in your system. They have to attach to something to get out.
Yeah. I like to think of fiber like the internal toothbrush, you know,
Oh, I like that.
going through your system. It feeds the good bacterias, and then it just sort of sweeps and cleans out all the other gook out of your system. So,
Yeah, it's important. And you can just eat it instead of buying it in capsules. It's crazy.
yeah,
The nature has everything we need in the food.
100%. Food is
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah, we were laughing the other day too because we have like vitamin C capsules like for like cold and flu season. I'm like, we literally could just be eating oranges. It's honestly crazy.
Yeah. It takes a
That
lot of
you
oranges to get the right amount of vitamin C these days, though. That's kind of the problem
it does.
that, you know, with our system, is that our soils are so depleted. You know, the food that we're producing is not nearly as nutrient dense as it used to be, and so yeah, you know, if you can supplement where you need it, because it is difficult to get 100% of it from our food alone. But
Yeah, it does. It's an experiment and also a patience and and explore like an exploration of curiosity of like also figuring out what you like, how to cook it, how do you
yeah.
like what does it feel like in your body, like. And there's a lot of people who don't have who have never gotten tested for like sensitivities for food too.
Hmm.
I feel like we talked about this, or I overheard you talking about this the other day about food sensitivities and a testing place that you like or something.
Yeah, I work with a lab called KBMO, and they do a food sensitivity panel. They test 176 different types of foods,
That's
and then
huge.
they do a full gut barrier report. So they can see if you've got leaky gut, if you have too much bacteria, or maybe you have too much yeast. So that would be SIBO or Candida, and just because some of those, the report that comes back is actually really kind of cool, because they categorize all the foods, and what they're really testing for is the trigger for inflammation. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're allergic to that food, but for whatever reason, what's happening in your digestive system right now, that particular food is sending out inflammation markers into your bloodstream. So it's a good way to sort of like, oh, well, maybe I can cut back on that food group a little bit and increase this other food group to kind of counteract that. And then, once your system's feeling good, if you want to retest, you can, but it gives you a good idea of kind of how to navigate that, your nutrition.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think anything that we have in our pockets that help us make educated decisions for ourselves is already like powerful.
Yeah, yeah. And there's so many different scanning apps out there now that you can, take your phone to the grocery store and start scanning labels, and it'll tell you like, oh no, this has, XYZ ingredient that's not good for you. So I think there's a lot of things out there that can really help people, and it's just, educating and getting the word out.
Yeah, education is key, which is why we're here.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you offer as like a personal private practice?
Yes, I can. So one really exciting thing coming up here in the next week, I'm doing a 7-day, like a spring reset. It's a 7-day spring detox and vitality challenge. So the kickoff call is on the 18th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it's just going to be a week that it's got a food plan. We go through a little bit of movement, maybe a little bit of, an introduction into intermittent fasting, really talk about hydration and how important that is. I'm going to do 4 live calls, but they'll be recorded, so you'll always have access to them. And just a really nice spring, coming into summer, reset your body and maybe start with some really good routines going into summer. And then I also offer a self-guided online coaching program that is a 12-module program. So it just really mimics the framework of what it would look like if you worked with me in one of the bigger 3-month programs, but you can go at your own pace. That comes with 3 coaching calls, one-on-one coaching calls. And then my real deep dive programs are, like I mentioned, 3 months. So we would meet once a week for 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. And those programs are designed to, the first month, I'm really looking at, what are the symptoms? What are your goals? Why are you here? What do we need to change, improve? Looking at the diet, seeing how we can make some shifts and maybe crowd out some other areas. The second month, we're really implementing and fine-tuning and making sure that what changes we're doing are sticking, that they're working for the client. And then by month 3, they should really be feeling empowered with their lifestyle choices, feeling educated and confident when they go to the grocery store, and that they have been set up for success. So by the time that program ends, they really understand what to do going forward. So
That's huge. I think empowering people with those tools is just literally I think we've like lost so much somehow in society, and we forgot
yeah.
like how to feed ourselves.
Yeah, we have. We've become such a society of convenience, and that convenience has lost the nutrients. There's no
It
nutrients
comes at
there.
a cost.
Yeah, it's a big cost.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
There's like I'm a hot water lemon vibes over here. I think that was my favorite thing too about IIN was the crowding out aspect of things. It
Yeah.
wasn't like oh no, I have to have my entire life change right now today, and I won't get to have all the nice things that I eat. But it literally doesn't look like that. You don't have to just start your life like a brand new slate tomorrow and be a new person. That's
Yeah.
not sustainable change.
100%.
It's just I think we've all woke up on a Monday morning and was like, today's the day I'm going to change my life, and then I don't know how long it's lasted for other people, but sometimes it's only lasted until noon for me.
Right. Yeah, and that's really where I come from. You know, the what I value the most in my program is that I never want my clients to feel like they're just jumping into some other fad diet where they just have to, it's all about restriction, you know. It's not, you know, I when that's the first thing I have them do. I mentioned, you know, tracking their food habits for a week, and that's the first thing I want them to do before I even start working with them. So I have some kind of baseline to work from that's like, okay, well, you know, you have a lot of soda pop. Let's try and what is it about soda pop that you love? Is it
Mm,
that it's sweet? Is it the bubbles? Is it,
mm,
you know, is it the caffeine? What's the element that's pulling you towards that soda pop? So let's shift that. Maybe we can replace that with something else instead of just, no, you can't do that anymore. You know, people don't want to be told what not to do, you know, and so if you can give them some other options and start sort of crowding out those poor choices, then they're set up for success. They have a better choice. You know, for every bad choice, there's the opposite of a, you know, a good choice that they could make. So,
yeah.
and the education, when they understand why they're making the change, then it's a lot easier to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also know that like eating healthy is preventative care. But
Yeah,
also like you can see results pretty quickly. So it's
right.
kind of wild. If you even just take a time to like eat your food and like sit with it afterwards and see how you feel. Do you feel energized? Do you feel sluggish? Do you want to take a nap? Does it make you
Yeah,
feel heavy? Like really be present with the food. And I think a lot of time our society too has just been, like you said, so busy that we've been conditioned to like take shortcuts where we can just to live our lives and make sure we get everything done. So we're having like fast food or drive through or making something really quick from the microwave or whatever it is that keeps us like in these cycles so that we can keep in this capitalistic fast forward paced society, you know.
right.
When
Right.
really it's like we're also overeating crappy food because it's empty calories. And so you're not as nutritioned and you're just sitting here like feeling gross.
Yeah, yeah. And you're eating it so fast, you're not listening to your body say, oh no, I'm at my limit. I don't need more. You know, when you can
Yeah.
slow down and listen, then you're not overeating. You're getting to the point where you've had just enough. And when you do that with nutrient dense food, then you feel amazing. You don't
Yeah.
feel like your gut's going to explode, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's nice. That's actually like priceless. People like pay a lot of money for all these extra things. And I'm like, wow, it really could have come down to a lot cheaper if we start now than what it looks like to not start now.
Yeah. Well, and you know, and I think a lot of people are finally coming around and realizing that you know, our healthcare system is not set up for health care. It's set up
Mm-hmm.
for sick care,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not interested in getting you healthy. They're interested in just, you know, treating the symptoms that you currently have, not finding out why. You know, and I think people are finally sick of being sick and tired of being tired and ready to make that change. You know, and so I think what we're doing now, I think it's, you know, it's going to explode. It's, you know, the healthcare system is going to start to come down, and people are going to be like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want that, you know, take all these medications. It's food is good.
Yeah. We could like food. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's especially like we live in Utah, so like we it's a unique place to live for sure, but also a lot of sugar, a lot of body dysmorphia, image issues,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, I think just general education and community support and like laughing through it and being like, yes, we're being vulnerable, but also I don't know what's the right word I'm looking for. Yeah, we're just human beings all trying to help each other out, man.
Yeah, yeah, and on that note, trying to find the good nutrient dense foods, we Utah being that, we have all the four seasons, and so it's a little harder to do it here, but get out and shop your farmers markets. There's so many of the local cities that popping up and doing more of those, markets. And with the one big one downtown that they've moved it inside, for the winter time. But in other, places where they don't really have the different climate change and can do those year round, it's really important to get out there and buy that food. It's better
Mhm.
for you because the transit time from farm to market grocery store is less, so it's going to keep more of its nutrients there, and you're supporting local.
Mhm.
Support your community, support your neighbors who are out there growing that food and living it for you. So I think that
Yeah.
that's a big thing that is becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, the other thing I learned from IIN was about the farmer, like the CSA boxes.
Hmm.
They're like, well, at least here in Utah, I know I don't know what it looks like everywhere else, but I was living in Utah when I did this class. So Farmer CSA box, they can deliver groceries to you from local markets here in Salt Lake City. You can either like have it delivered to your house once a week by season. It'll tell you which farmers market or which farms it came from. It'll give you recipes.
Yeah,
And you get something new every single week, and it's so fun. And
yeah,
then you get it by season. So then you know where your food's coming from. You got the like interaction with your hands. You can either have it delivered or you can go pick it up. And it's honestly like not that bad. Like as far as pricing goes, it's actually pretty convenient and cool. And it forces you to step outside of your comfort zone box because
yeah,
you get to try some things that you maybe never thought of before.
yeah, yeah. And it's important to eat seasonally. That's how our bodies were designed.
Yeah.
So if you can eat those foods and you get the variety from the seasons as they come in and go out, then yeah, it's definitely a great way to um, build your grocery plan around.
Yeah, absolutely. I like seasonally, and also another fun way to explore food is by color.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and
It's so
that's
simple.
my whole logo is based off of that. It's very
Yeah.
colorful. It's got the rainbow, and it's because that's the ticket, right? You want to eat the rainbow. A challenge that I give my clients a lot of time is I have a resource that it's like a little checklist of 30 different plant, seeds, nuts, vegetables, and fruits. Try to get 30 different ones in a week, and it's
Oh, wow.
actually, it seems like it's a lot, but it's really easy when you start, breaking it down. Like if you can get the nuts, well, let's say you make spaghetti. Well, I add, bell peppers to my spaghetti. I've got mushrooms, there's tomatoes, there's the oregano because it covers herbs as well. So it's like, right there in one meal, I'm already checking off like 5 different things.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, I checked these off earlier in the week, so what else can I bring in? It's
Yeah,
really,
it's fun. Yeah, it's really fun. And every single one of those colors has a different phytonutrient that has something that your body needs.
yeah.
So it's important that you eat a wide variety of food and it doesn't, like your plate isn't beige. It should be photographable.
Yes.
Your food shouldn't all be tan.
Yeah.
I would like to even say the word golden, but I hate to use the word golden in this aspect because it's not a good thing. And if you need to like sneak things in, like there's ways to like I have a whole section somewhere on this laptop that I will find one of these days about ways you can sneak food and vegetables into things without people ever knowing. And
Yep.
I've definitely done it. And people are like, wait a minute. Hoodwinked.
Yeah, yeah, like turning cauliflower into mashed potatoes or rice, who would
Oh
have
yeah.
thought about
Yeah. Yeah. Palmini noodles are kind of like the coolest gluten-free noodle ever for me. They make them like so nice and like firm and sturdy, and they're just vegetable. It's
that one?
perfect. There's
Yep.
no gluten, and then you've already added a new vegetable to your
See?
week.
It's not that hard.
It's not hard. It's amazing. The best part about doing things like this is also having the community aspect, which is something that we strive to do here at the Academy. And we have a bunch of cool resources, workshops, and things of that nature, and more things always coming in. But we hope to have more conversations like this to get people inspired. But I think that next month I'm going to try to launch some sort of like a root chakra challenge for everybody. So if you are watching and you're interested on starting a health journey in, what is it, April? We're going into May. We'll start with the root chakra in May. Why not? And we'll challenge you for some challenging food colors like beets. I love to challenge people with beets.
I love beets.
Me too.
Me
too. If you bake them with a little bit of fresh squeezed orange juice on top and a little bit of goat cheese, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And crushed pistachios.
I was going to say maybe some walnuts.
Oh, yeah. Yes. It's so good. Oh, that's one of my favorite. I'm like, okay, you hate beets, just try mine. Just try them. And then also with that challenge, we'll bring in like journaling prompts for the root chakra and bring in all the other aspects to it, because food is one of many layers of how you can heal yourself, but it starts from within and it literally glows out because you're getting the vitamins and the nutrients and the minerals your body needs, and then your skin glows and your hair feels good and your nails look nice and your poop is normal.
Yep. And no, not going every single day is not normal. You don't want to go twice a week.
No, or the opposite either.
I want to go every day, maybe more than once. I don't do that, but
yeah. It's weird. It's always interesting. I'm a flight attendant, so I'm on an airplane in the morning when everyone's taking their nice morning juices. So it's a pleasure and a joy to know that America's healthcare system needs help. I can smell it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to drink more water and eat some vegetables.
Exactly.
Okay, what are some, let's see, we've gotten, like, if you're starting your gut health journey today, we got those, we got the community, we got the support. Brandy's offering packages and fun, like, things are starting like now. So if you're ready to start, go sign up.
And I always offer a free strategy session, free consultation right up front. So you don't know if this is something that you really want to do. Let's just have a conversation.
Yeah, it's nice to have the support. It really is. And someone to check in on you, and the accountability is a beautiful thing, but also just having someone to go through the journey and experience with that understands what you're going through. It's so helpful.
Yeah. I wish I had had a health coach when I was going through mine. Wouldn't have taken me so long.
Right? I know, me too. I was like, man, why did I wait until like my late 30s, early 40s to care about my health? And now I'm like, okay, well, it's going to take me a minute to like undo some damage.
Reset. Yep.
Yeah. But it's also not as hard or long as people think if you're looking for a reset. It literally starts with one little change today, and that could just be drinking a water instead of that one Diet Coke, or maybe replacing your 13th Diet Coke with a water.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay, what are your top 3 favorite vegetables?
Top 3 favorite vegetables, I would definitely say asparagus is definitely on my top. I love asparagus. Beets, definitely. Love my beets. Third one, probably goes back and forth from broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
I really like to roast both of those in the oven and get them a little bit crispy and season them up a little bit, and it's good.
Yeah, and I think people also take it like they think it's hard to cook for vegetables, but if you just throw a bunch of vegetables on a sheet pan in your oven for 20 to 30 minutes and throw whatever healthy oil you would like and some salt, it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
You could have it for the whole week.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to eat them like that, you could blend them up and put them into some soup for the week. There's so many easy ways to like bring this in. And also even just adding in a vegetable to your smoothie, your fruit smoothie, is a nice way to like secretly have some addition in there. So
Yeah, every time I make a smoothie, I'm throwing a handful of spinach. Baby spinach goes in that with all the other fruits.
yeah, absolutely. What is the one vegetable you see that people have the biggest aversion to besides beets?
Oh, let's see. I think it's a lot of the green vegetables.
Yeah,
Just the
that
green
is
ones in
odd.
particular.
And
Yeah.
those are so important for you.
People really go starch heavy, with the potatoes and the corn and just really starch heavy instead of the, the vegetables with the fiber and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Fiber, vegetables, greens,
Yeah.
start there.
Yeah.
Water. And then any other advice that you can think of off the top of your head for anyone just starting today?
You can't go wrong with water. I think it's probably one of the most important things to do, is just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And if you hate water and you think it's boring, there's a lot of ways that you can spice it up. Find an electrolyte mix that you like, add electrolytes to your water. That's just giving you more benefit. Squeeze a lime, squeeze grapefruit, get
Mm,
creative. You maybe some orange, get that into your water if you just don't like it plain. That's my biggest one, is just making sure people are staying hydrated. It really makes all the difference in the world. Keeps
yeah.
the digestive system moving. It affects your joints, inflammation. It really just it improves everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then if anybody has a sweet tooth craving, what's maybe a top recommendation outside of your regular candy?
Yeah, I would, if go for the fruits, the berries. They've got a lot of antioxidants in there. If you like chocolate, go for the dark chocolate. The 100% cocoa or the 70% or more. And dates.
Date.
Using dates as a sugar replacement is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm that person. I'm the sweet tooth. I
Me too.
I have to have something sweet after pretty much any meal. I'm looking for that
Yeah.
little, even if it's just a bite.
Yeah.
Give me a couple blueberries. Give me one little square off of chocolate.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
It's just like the ending of a chapter. It wraps it up nicely. I feel the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, and like a digestive almost.
Yeah.
And then there was another oh, that was my next question was okay, for people who this is something that we see a lot in the health world is people are like, "Oh, I can't have sugar, so I'm not eating fruit because fruit sugar is bad for me." Huge misconception.
Totally.
Yeah. What is some advice that you have for people who are trying to avoid sugars, but white sugar versus fruit sugar? And
Yeah. Um, Eat the fruit. There are more health benefits to eating the fruit than being worried about the sugar content and the fructose that's in the fruit. When you eat that fruit whole, it's got the fiber in it. Like an apple is a perfect example of an apple has so much fiber, even though it's got the sugar in it, but it's going through your system and it's timing different, as opposed to just taking just the sugar by itself. Your body, it's like doing just the sugar, it's shocking your system. But when you eat it in an apple or in that fruit, everything else that's wrapped up in that really it really goes through your system better, and it doesn't shock your system with the sugar on it. So
yeah.
eat the fruit.
Yeah. I will also say if you have never tried juicing a spinach and an apple together before coffee, Wow, what a hit to your system. Like that's a nice way to start the day.
Yeah, definitely. And be careful about, some of the juicers, they pull that fiber out. So then again, all you're getting is the sugar and the juice from that, either fruit or vegetables. So if you can blend it as a whole, the
Mhm.
whole fruit and the whole vegetable, you're much better off because you're still getting all of the fiber with it.
All the good stuff. The
Yeah.
toothbrush for your intestines.
Yeah.
I like that. All the good pulp. Oh, I love it. Anything else that you want to share with the community before we wrap up today?
Probably just it can be really overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. And when you have somebody in your corner that's cheering you on, that's giving you the tools and the resources, and really just, you know, dumbing it down.
Yeah.
That's my job, is let me make it easier for you to navigate this path, because it can be hard and it can be emotional and it can be difficult. But when you have somebody that's there helping you and guiding you, it makes all the difference in the world. So if you're about to start down that health journey, or you just know that you need to make some changes, there's a lot of different ways to do that. And having a coach that can kind of, either give you a short program that you can really work through quickly, or take your time and really get down to some root causes. Um,
Hmm.
it doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be alone.
You don't have to do it alone.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brandy. And can you tell everyone where they can find you and all your information?
Yeah. So my website is just www.beyondtheplate.inhc.com. It's got all of my programs, the challenges on there, all the information, ways to contact me. I'm also on Instagram at You Got This Coach. And yeah, that's how you can find me.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, we're excited to have you in the community and to build some really cool things together. And hopefully, everyone will stay tuned. But thank you for today. And we will see everyone soon.
Thank you, Julie. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.